Welcome to the video series Exploring the Medieval Manuscript Book. In this episode, I talk about the dimensions and forms of medieval manuscripts. Medieval manuscripts come in many shapes and sizes. In fact, we can often find out valuable information about the function of a manuscript by looking at its form. In spite of their drastically different appearances, both of these manuscripts contain musical texts and were intended to be used in church services. Here the similarities end, with the presentation of each manuscript telling us a different story of its use. The first is a small manuscript of a type termed a processional. Its diminutive size, no bigger than the palm of my hand, shows that it was intended to be held by one person. It was literally designed to be sung from by a single individual, handheld, while walking in a procession. The second manuscript, on the other hand, is large and heavy. It's a gradual, a collection of music sung in liturgy, and was designed to be displayed on a lectern. Groups of singers may have clustered around it, and its size also reflects the symbolic importance of singing in church services. The form of some manuscripts can respond to the kind of text that they hold. This 12th century manuscript, for example, is particularly narrow. We call this shape of book a holster book. It contains a single volume of verse text, in this case the Fasti by the Roman classical poet Ovid. Here, the shape of the page corresponds to the short line length of the text. In other cases, the form of the book can tell us something about the context in which it was produced. This manuscript contains a collection of booklets, short texts which were bound together but originally circulated separately. In this part of the manuscript, which was copied in the 12th century, we find a brief commentary on a classical work by Cicero, the De Inventione. You can see that the commentary has been copied in small letters, with the writing extending almost to the edge of the page. It's an economical production, and it's likely that this small booklet was made by a student for their own study. They've even added a small face alongside a part of the text which they found particularly interesting. Not all manuscripts have conventional forms. For instance, this manuscript that's currently being shown in an exhibition contains a calendar for the liturgical year. The bound book is small in form, measuring less than 10 centimetres at its widest point. But it's cleverly designed as its leaves fold out, with each opening representing a single month. This type of book, sometimes called a bat book because its leaves unfold like those of a bat, was designed to be portable. The tab joining the leaves together could have been attached to clothing or to a belt. Another variant of folding book is the leporello, or accordion book. This manuscript was copied in the 1330s in Russian and contains religious texts and a calendar. The small leaves are folded and then glued together to form a continuous strip. It can be unfolded and read on this side, and then refolded, turned over, and read on the other side. This form was convenient for consultation and portability. A user could pray from it on the go and carry it on their person, perhaps even for spiritual protection. I hope you enjoyed the final episode of this video series, Exploring the Medieval Manuscript Book. If you want to learn even more about the art of reading in the Middle Ages, go to our website,